So, what you doing? How's it going? Got the Copa semifinal up in the living room on Colombia and Uruguay. I believe it's 1-0. Although Colombia just went down a man, so they're going to have to play short for the second half. And I have been out of town for the last 3 days, taking my youngest to get him through orientation down at Ole Miss. He's going to the University of Mississippi this fall. And I was wanting to be here so I can make some videos on the Argentina Canada game. I wanted to make my predictions, which I will be honest with you, I was leaning towards Canada pulling off a good upset, but it wasn't even close. Canada couldn't do it. Alphonso Davies, as much as I love him, and I think he's a huge difference maker, he just wasn't there. I think, and not to get into specifics on that, because there's other big news we have to go over. Fonzie, I think, he has to do too much on that team. But kudos to Canada. You guys did fantastic in the tournament, and no shade from here. I know some people in the comment section a few days ago, when I said that Canada is just not a very good team, that they were overachievers. That's not a bad thing to say. So no disrespect to our Canadian friends up north. But the big news that just happened, I think a few hours ago at least, Berhalter is out at the USMNT, and we were somewhere in between Mississippi and St. Louis, and I'm driving along. It's a long few days. If you ever had to enroll your kid into college, and the meetings and all the orientation stuff, I mean, it's a big drain on you. But we're driving on I-55, and on my phone pops up this screen here, and I'll tell you, I about drove off the side of the road. You know where all the dead aardvarks are, which is a strange thing. If you guys, I don't know if it's just that section of Missouri and Arkansas, but like I-55 is littered with like dead aardvarks, and it's been like for years. So I don't know if that's anywhere else in our country or not, but it's definitely Missouri, Arkansas, that whole I-55 corridor. It's just nothing but dead aardvarks. And I knew it was happening, that it was true, because we've seen so many different things in the last week. So many different YouTube soccer guys and different analysts, everybody that has a connection here or a source there. And no shade on anybody. I appreciate all of the soccer football entertainment that comes out from everybody, but everybody with their sources and all the things that were being reported, U.S. soccer was getting together for these meetings, and where was Crocker, and the uproar. He wasn't at Copa, and he was watching Euro games, and Berhalter's out. I think I got a little saucy. I think this was yesterday, whenever the first rumors were, I think on Monday, that U.S. soccer was either getting together or making the decision on Monday, and I was feeling and I hate when people do this. They put false information out there on purpose, like for the clicks or whatever. But I think when you do it and it's so ridiculous, like people know that you're just having fun, that's okay. And I had just posted something on Threads that U.S. soccer announces Gregg Berhalter extended through 2030 World Cup, and had a couple responses to that. And I think those people kind of knew that we were kind of joking. But when I saw Sacked and Berhalter's beautiful face on my phone, I knew it was true. And my son was in the back of the van. He was asleep, and so I'm doing, as you're driving, the dad thing, you're driving, you're trying to do this. I was trying to get his attention and wake him up, and I was just pointing at my phone. And so he woke up and got onto his phone. He was kind of relaying some of the information to me. But it finally happened, and rightly so. And this is going to be a really short video because I am exhausted. I got to go upstairs and I want to watch the rest of the Columbia game, and then I got to get to bed because we've just been going all day, all night. But I want to give us some time to celebrate because I think 99%, virtually all of U.S. soccer dumb is celebrating tonight, with the exception of probably Berhalter and Pulisic, right? And I want to give us some time to just take it in that we have now turned the page, and just the general feeling, the tide. Isn't it amazing that with this one simple move, there is now, and we haven't even announced a new coach, but there is a genuine excitement, and we're just, like what could be, as far as, okay, we're going to find out. We are going to find out what this team is really made of, the individuals that are here. Last week I made a comment that this is like a fool's gold generation. This isn't the golden generation. I think I said enough with calling them the golden generation, enough with Captain America, these stupid nicknames that were given to them. And that's still kind of true, because this group has not proven anything other than we're better than Mexico. And that is an important thing on the list of things that you have to accomplish in this area, this region, CONCACAF and US, Mexico. That's high on the list. But unfortunately for us, that's kind of our big thing of accomplishments that we have. And it's against the worst Mexican team ever. So I think right now I'm going to kind of pull back just a bit on saying that it is kind of a fool's gold generation. I have to stand by my words until I'm proven wrong. How about that? Until I am proven wrong and you are proven wrong, that these guys can come out and we will see something different. It's on them now. I do think that this is going to be exciting. The next year and a half leading up to the World Cup here in the United States, this is going to be exciting, regardless of who the coach is going to be. Now, I know there's been several posts about the 5 people, the 10 people that could be candidates for it or whatever. That's fine. We're not going to get into that right now. I just want to put this out there before I go. My only concern right now, and if somebody can answer this for me, my concern is the group that is in charge, the board that is in charge, the U.S. Soccer Board, those that were in place to make the decision that Gregg Berhalter was the guy to rehire. He's the guy, and they wanted him back. That whole process, because I think Crocker was just out with a statement 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, saying that the process has started for the search for the next coach or something. My question is this the same process, the same people, the same criteria that we're going to go off of that we did when we brought Gregg back after the World Cup? Because if so, we're going to have a problem. And I think we have determined that it was not only Gregg Berhalter that was an issue. I have been saying the bigger issue than Gregg is the layer above him, which is U.S. Soccer, that board. So what is this process going forward? Who's making the decisions? What are we doing? Are we doing anything different? Like, somebody needs to ask these questions to Crocker, to whoever they hired, some marketing person they just hired at US Soccer, I think. What was that process? What was the criteria when we brought Gregg back? We spent $1 million and did a whole bunch of who knows? I'm not sure what happened in that process where they came to the conclusion that Gregg was by far the best number one candidate for the job. So my concern going forward is are the same people in charge of doing this again? The ones that came to the conclusion that Berhalter was by and far the guy to bring back after the World Cup and everything else that was going on with Gio, all that stuff. Is it the same people? You know what I'm saying? If it is, maybe that's for another episode. That's for something down the road. But answer if somebody has some insight into that, let me know if you would, please. Right now, I'm going to go crack a couple beers. I'm going to go watch the rest of the Colombia-Uruguay game, and I'm going to catch some sleep. And I'm going to go to bed with a smile on my face. And this is going to be fun. But that's my concern. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you maybe in a couple days. We'll get caught up on some more soccer.